Kindergarten, week 11, water or science. Teachers, your TEKS state in kindergarten that students should be able to observe and describe physical properties of natural sources of water, including color and clarity. So since the other grade levels are going to be using stream tables this week, I'm going to go ahead and set them up for kindergarten because they can certainly benefit from this demonstration. And we have enough stream tables and activities for them to be able to do this and manipulate water and sand and see how the oceans are formed. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I know it may be a little scary to use a stream table with water and sand in a classroom, but it's set up well enough. Teachers, what we're going to do is I'm going to keep this simple so you don't have to worry too much about the mess. The setup is there is this long tray right here. It's going to be sitting on an angle, which I had until my board collapsed. And it represents like the slope of the earth towards the oceans. And basically what your kid, it also has a drain hole with a bucket here that the water could drain into if it gets too full during the day. I just placed some sand up here. I put some rocks here so that they can see that big rocks and boulders help hold the soil in place as it rains. I've given you both a spray bottle so kids can represent rainfall. And there's going to be plastic on the table, so it's all right if they spray over. They're not going to hurt anything. You know, you're going to have to watch them spraying each other and all over the place, but if they'll keep it in the stream table, we're fine. And they'll see that that water is beginning to run, and because of the way the earth is sloped, with the land up higher than where the ocean is, that all water eventually runs to the ocean. And I'm also going to give them a cup so that they can just gently pour, like maybe this is melting snow or a river running into the ocean or a stream or heavy rainfall coming off a cliff. You can use any scenario you want. Just let them dribble the water. Let each student have a turn. And they're going to see that that erosion's occurring regardless of how they're pouring, because that's the nature of sand and water running over it. And I want you to pay particular close attention to the fine particles being carried to what we're going to call the ocean water, because this is actually how the ocean gets salty. As that water travels through that soil, it picks up minerals. Some of those minerals have a salty flavor to them, but when you take all the minerals that are caused by eroding rocks and soil and you put it into a big body of water called the ocean, it becomes salty. And that's how the ocean gets salty. So let your kids experiment. Kindergarten teachers, I've put this little model in front of you of the water cycle. I really think it's hard for kids to understand how all this transpires unless you give them a little model of what's happening every day so they can see the arrows bringing the rain down, wash it down the mountains, going into the ocean, and back up as evaporation. I don't think kindergarten is too young to understand this. So I'm going to add this model in on your video. It's going to be sitting up the front of the room if you want to pick it up and use it to demonstrate what they're actually doing in the stream table.